Hello everyone. Today we are talking about a rather sensitive topic, but one that many people are curious about. How can you tell if a married woman may have feelings for you? Before we go into the signs, one thing must be made clear. No sign is absolute proof. A look, a smile, or a caring message may come from friendliness, politeness, an open personality, or it may reflect personal feelings. Therefore, the important thing is not to jump to conclusions, but to observe the overall pattern, consider the context, and maintain ethical boundaries. In this video, Mia will share some common signs from the perspective of communication psychology and social behavior. The first sign is that she gives you special attention. The first sign is attention that goes beyond the ordinary. In a group of people, she often pays attention to what you say, remembers small details about you, follows up on things you once mentioned, or reacts more quickly to your stories than she does with others. For example, you casually mention that you are feeling tired, and the next day she asks, "Are you feeling better today?" If this kind of concern happens repeatedly, feels personal, and is different from the way she treats other people, it may be an emotional signal. However, you need to distinguish between polite concern and emotional interest. A kind person can also remember details and ask about others. So, do not rely on one single action. The second sign is prolonged eye contact. Eye contact is one of the most important nonverbal signals in communication. When someone is interested in another person, they tend to look longer, seek eye contact more often, or look away quickly when they are noticed. If she often looks at you in moments when there is no clear need to, or if she seems to search for your eyes during a group conversation, it may be a sign of attraction. But you still need to be careful. Eye contact does not only express affection. It may also show curiosity, evaluation, anxiety, or simply a communication habit. The key point is frequency and difference. If she makes normal eye contact with everyone, that is not a clear sign. But if her gaze towards you is more frequent, softer, longer, and comes with a smile or a sense of nervousness, then the signal becomes more noticeable. The third sign is that she creates opportunities to talk to you privately. When someone has feelings for you, they often want to increase the amount of contact. With a married woman, this may happen in a very subtle way. She may not say it directly, but she often finds reasons to message you, ask questions, seek advice, or extend the conversation, even after the original issue has already been resolved. For example, at first she asks you about work. Then, little by little, the conversation shifts to personal life, interests, emotions, and things she does not easily share with many people. When someone regularly opens up private conversations, it may be a sign that you hold a special emotional place in their mind. However, this is also where boundaries must be respected. If the conversation begins to move into very private matters about her marriage, loneliness, or disappointment with her husband, you need to stay clear-headed. Being a listener does not mean you should step into a relationship that crosses the line. The fourth sign is that she often compliments you or speaks highly of you. Another sign is that she frequently compliments you, especially with personal compliments. Not just general comments like, "You did a good job," but things like, "It feels comfortable talking to you," "You are different from other people," "You are very understanding," or "I feel relaxed when I'm around you." Statements like these may show that she feels emotionally connected to you. In relationship psychology, attraction does not come only from appearance. It can also come from the feeling of being heard, recognized, and understood. Even so, compliments need to be understood within that person's communication style. Some people naturally give compliments often, Others use compliments to create goodwill in the workplace. So observe whether she compliments many people in the same way or whether she is especially different with you. The fifth sign is that she seems nervous or awkward around you. When people have feelings for someone, the body sometimes reacts before words do. She may smile more, fix her hair, adjust her clothes, speak a little awkwardly, or seem unnatural when the two of you are alone. Some people do the opposite. They try to act normal or even become a little distant because they know those feelings are inappropriate. Especially for a married woman, the conflict between emotions and responsibility can make her behavior inconsistent, sometimes very caring, sometimes avoidant. That inconsistency itself can sometimes be a sign. If she is hot and cold, sometimes close and sometimes distant, it may mean she is trying to control her emotions. The sixth sign is that she shares dissatisfaction in her marriage. This is the most sensitive sign. When a married woman often tells you that she feels lonely, neglected, unheard, or emotionally disconnected in her marriage, it shows that you may be becoming a place where she looks for emotional comfort. But this must be emphasized. This is not an invitation to enter a romantic relationship. Many people share because they need to be heard, not necessarily because they want to have an affair. If you respond by flirting, comforting her too much, or placing yourself in the role of the replacement, the situation can become complicated and hurt many people. The best way to respond is to listen with limits, avoid judging her husband, avoid encouraging negative emotions, and never turn someone else's vulnerability into an opportunity for yourself. The seventh sign is that she shows mild jealousy or pays attention when you care about someone else. If she seems uncomfortable when you are close to another woman, or if she indirectly asks about your romantic life, it may be a sign of mild possessiveness. For example, she may say, "I've noticed you talk to her a lot lately," or "I'm sure many people like you." These comments are often disguised as jokes. But if they appear frequently and come with a change in attitude, she may be concerned about her place in your heart. Still, do not rush to call it love. Sometimes people simply enjoy feeling noticed, but they do not truly want or are not ready to build a relationship. The eighth sign is that she prioritizes you more than necessary. A noticeable sign is priority. She replies to your messages faster, is more willing to help you, remembers your schedule, or makes time for you even when she is busy. Repeated priority often reflects a certain level of interest. But with someone who is already married, this is also one of the signs that requires the most caution. If the priority she gives you begins to affect her family, her emotions, or your own life, then the boundary has started to become blurred. In summary, signs that a married woman may like you include giving you special attention, prolonged eye contact, creating opportunities for private conversations, frequently complimenting you, acting nervous around you, sharing problems in her marriage, showing mild jealousy, and prioritizing you more than usual. But the most important thing is this: all of these are only signals, not definite proof. A person can be friendly without having any hidden intention. A person may feel emotionally weak in marriage without wanting to betray her family. And even if someone has feelings for you, that does not mean the relationship should be developed. A mature response is to respect boundaries, avoid over-interpreting, never take advantage of another person's vulnerability, and never put yourself in a situation that could harm their marriage or your own dignity. Thank you for watching. I'm Mia, an expert from LoveWell, and this is the end of today's sharing. Goodbye and see you again.